Hello everybody, this is Kysen here and welcome to another episode here on the KysenKraft server. This of course is part of the vanilla series I'm doing. Vanilla in as much as I'm obviously an admin on this server, this is my server, but I put myself into survival mode for this. Not technically vanilla because there are some plugins that we use for shops and things, but yeah, survival mode. So last time I showed you around this complex, we built all this up and did some terraforming, and today I've kind of extended on the entrance a little bit. There's some vines here now that are starting to grow, and I think they're looking good. They're starting to take shape. We'll see how they go as they start to grow more and more across that hillside, but I'm quite liking the look of it at the moment, to be honest. And I've also added in some water, so we've got a waterfall on this side, one on this side, and then a couple in here that kind of go down like this, down the path there. Now this at the moment is all grass going down here that has all now grown, and I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do the walls and things in here. I'm thinking that this dirt path thing might look good, and I was thinking I could do like a 3-room thing. So we've got a room down here which I'm going to come on to in a second, maybe do another one on the other side, and then a really big room right at the middle there where the grass could kind of come down like this, go into this big room, and maybe make a big underground tree, like a fake tree, and have it maybe over several levels, like a kind of circular platforms going around the tree with ways of getting to and from the platforms, and then rooms coming off from the circles on the platform. And so that's kind of what I was thinking. So like the jungle thing would come down here like this into a big room with a big jungle kind of tree. Maybe even grow a jungle tree in here, something like that. Maybe when I get some more TNT together. And then all of the platforms, like the hallways going off from those, could be a bit more modern. Instead of being like grassy and jungly, we could use like stone and hard materials. But before any of that, which is a long way off, and that's just some preliminary ideas, I may not even end up doing that, one thing I definitely need is a storage room. So I have dug out a big room here. We've got a little bridge going across the water there, and into here, and I have dug out a storage room and kind of used the dirt here to mark out where the pillars are going to go, and obviously the chests will go in between, and I'll work out some of the finer design details later on. But one thing I wanted to do is I was going to do the floor out of this polished granite stuff. So I wanted to kind of get that thrown down, see how that looks, and get your guys' opinion on that. So you can let me know what you think of this once it's all done. And I'm going to try to do a combination of this on the floor and some diorite for like the walls and stuff. Polished diorite, that is. So actually there's a load of diorite here, so let's leave this bit free so I can come and mine all that out in a second. Because I don't think I have that much diorite at the moment. I haven't done much mining on here yet. Just a little bit to get me started. That's another thing I do want to set up, is a bit of a mining area. But I think this will look good for the flooring. I have used this before with quartz, which is like very white, like whereas diorite, if we get a bit of this a second, show you what I mean here. Oh, we had a little bit on us anyway, but never mind. So yeah, this diorite stuff in contrast is quite sort of a dull kind of white as opposed to the quartz, which is very bright white, but we'll give it a go for now. And what I'm thinking is, if it doesn't look great, it's not the end of the world, because what I'll do is once I go into the nether and properly start mining for quartz and things, I can swap all the diorite out with quartz. So that's the plan for this room. I want to get the diorite pillars in, and then maybe do some sort of design or trim or something with the roof. I was thinking of doing like we'll use cobble just to mark this out. So the chests are going to go like this. So that'll be like 3 double chests there that we can have times by however many blocks we've got here. So it should be enough storage to get us started at least. And then I think what I want to do is do like a rim like this going all the way around the outside, like 1 block in. So yeah, I'm going to need to play around with a few things in that regard, see how they look. And a lot of that I'll do off camera, because I think I've got to go and do a lot of mining for diorite as well to get those resources together. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. And throw some of those blocks down, see how that's looking, maybe come up with a couple of other ideas for the ceiling and such, and then we'll take a look and see how it starts to take shape. Alright guys, well, Rob the Bob says hi to YouTube, and around this corner I have done the storage room in terms of the polished diorite with the polished granite. So you ready for this amazingness of amazing awesomeness? Ta-da! Yeah, it doesn't look horrible. It's kind of growing on me as well. Like, I've seen it a few times now. I think it looks okay. I'm bearing in mind that this is a basic starting, storage room as well. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with the ceiling. I've had a couple of ideas. The first thing I wanted to do See what this dark oak looks like if I put that along here as a trim. So I'm thinking, I mean, this would be really different. I've never done this in a design before in this way, so hopefully this works out and be something a bit unique, a bit different, like that. Okay, I'm not hating it. I think once the chests are in here and they're up behind it, that will look a little bit better. I'm thinking maybe though we need something going along here to kind of block off that roof. The other thing I was thinking is whether we want to go up by, let's see, one block there, and put leaves all along here above the fence, so it will kind of keep in with that jungle-y type of theme as well. Whether I have enough leaves or not, I'm not sure. And then got the 2 blocks there, so you'd be able to see the leaves still, and then do the roof at that level. What the roof would be made out of, I'm not sure, but I think actually wood might look good, and maybe just some oak wood, something very basic. So actually, I'll run back to my chest now, and we'll try this out a bit, because yeah, I don't have any leaves on me. So we'll have a look and see how that's, whether it looks any good or whether it just looks absolutely rubbish. I'm kind of just winging this one as I go along. Don't have a design in mind or any real plan, just kind of seeing how we go. Haven't built it in creative mode first or anything like that. Okay, I've got oak slabs, that'll do for now, and I've got some leaves. Yeah, alright, let's just see how this looks. Someone dyed one of my sheep yellow, so I'm getting these random yellow sheep as well now. But that's cool. Expanding on the colours isn't a bad thing, because I'll probably need those for builds in the future. Okay, let's see what this looks like if we put leaves up here like this, and then the oak planks would be at that level, going around like that. So you got to try and picture how this will look if it was all the way around. That one needs to go. Oh, I can't do it. Let's get rid of that one a second. Do that. That. Yeah. You know what? I think this could look pretty cool. Let me do all this digging out work a second, and then we'll come back and see whether or not it does look any good. And boom! As if by magic, it's all been done. So as you can see, the storage room is really taking shape now. It's pretty much done. Just got to throw down a few more chests in here. But yeah, so we've got this the leaves going all the way around the trim. I've finished the diorite off, and I put these bits up here as diorite as well. You can't really see them that easily behind the leaves, but just if you're up close to the chest you can, and that would annoy me a bit if it wasn't all the same. So yeah, I'm quite happy with how this is looking. I think the lighting is pretty poor though. That's one thing that I'm not happy with. So I need to think about how I'm going to do the lighting and look at some alternatives to what we have here. I guess the issue is I don't want to take up too much wall space, because I like to have signs to tell me what is in the chest. So I could perhaps get around that by using item frames instead, or by doing some sort of other lighting system. But we'll have a think about that and we'll see how we go. I do have a couple of ideas that I might try out. The other thing as well is this whole entranceway doesn't look that great at the moment, so I'm not sure what I can do about that. But something. I want to do something with this. The other thing I was going to do is sort out all of this. So I've got some. Okay, wait, what? This is what happens, guys. You tell the people online you're about to record, and they decide to troll you. Thanks for that, fam. I'm assuming that was you. Anyway, let's get. Actually, you know what? I was going to make up some oak stairs, but before I do that, I think I may have some oak stairs in here. Let's have a look. Yes, I do. Got a few of them, so I might need a few more than that actually. But at least it will save us some of our wood. So let's make up a couple more sets of stairs here. That should probably do it. Yeah, probably be enough. Just to kind of sort out the inside of this a little bit more than what it is. So I guess going from here is how we want to do this. It's annoying me that I have to jump up every time, because it should really be stairs by now. So we do that, and we'll extend this off as well down here like this dirt path, this grass path thing. So there we go. I need to think about how I'll light up the whole inside of here as well actually. For now I'm just going to throw down some torches on the sides. but I want them to be in the same place. But that's obviously not a long-term solution. The walls probably won't even be this in the long term. Just need to figure out how I'm going to do them. But yeah, for now it will just keep the area lit up, and that's fine. So let's do all of this as well, and we'll see what that's starting to look like once it's all been turned into this grass path. Hopefully good, because it's a bit of a pain if not. And again, we'll just chuck some torches down over here for now, and change that later. So I like the way this looks coming through here, sort of all uniform now, going all the way down to here, down to these stairs. That looks like so dangerous, like a little lip there. So every time you're running down the stairs, I'm just going to imagine tripping and falling down the stairs and dying. This looks a little bit weird as well, doesn't it? There's a little gap there now. We've got some floating kind of stairs, but they're only little slabs, so I guess they could be fixed to this thing, technically speaking. Yeah, I wonder if I did that, whether that's going to make it look better or worse. I think worse. I think this wall makes it look worse than it would do if this wall was further back, so that was freestanding like that one. It might look better. What if I angled it as well and placed it kind of like that? Wait, can I not do that? Like that, maybe? No, you know what, let's just abandon that idea. I was just playing around with that, but I'm not liking that. But the stairs look cool. This bit looks okay. What to do with this entranceway? I think it needs some depth. I think that's part of the problem. And I've run out of a pickaxe. Okay. You know what? On that note, I'll go make another pickaxe. I'll play around with some ideas, see what we can get going on, and then I'll do a bit of an update and go through them on camera, and yeah, we'll go from there, I guess. Well, I have been fairly busy around here, and so I thought I'd just have a little walkthrough as to what we're doing at the moment. As you can see, I've added a cow farm in over here. I want the cows because I want their leather to make up lots of bookshelves and get the enchanting done. Also, bookshelves obviously look pretty good for decoration and that kind of thing too. The sheep are still my main farm source for food because I've got so many of them, and obviously I get the wool from them as well. So yeah, I mean, I don't know. I might end up switching and using cows as my full-time food later on. But for now, this is what's happening, and I've got my yellow sheep here. Someone gave me a yellow sheep, so we're getting more and more of those as well, which is cool. So anyway, that's the only real change in that area. But one thing I have done, and if I just step back here, actually, you'll see this, that the vines are now starting to grow more and more. And this is really starting to take shape, this whole kind of hillside. So I think in the future I can do a bit of terraforming up here, maybe change one or two things around on top of the hill. And as the vines grow more and more and spread over the hill, I think that's going to look good as well. And I might want to add some leaves or things up and around to give it a bit of decoration. Not something I'm going to worry about today, but as you can see these vines growing, you can see it is starting to look better and better, I think. So that's pretty cool. In terms of in here, we have now got an entrance to our storage room. So I've kind of gone for this, kept the diorite theme for the walls coming through here. We've got a bit of a foyer area here. I think this will be good in the future for ender chests, so I have one on each side. That'll look pretty good. And this area here, I think what I'm going to do with this is make it into shulker boxes. So we can get 9 shulker boxes here quite easily. And yeah, store our items in that way. Excuse me, my throat's a little bit raspy today. So this is pretty much done. I just need to move all of my storage over from where it is at the moment, which is up by the farms, to down in that area. Now, one of the other things that's important for me is to get some sort of mining system set up, because we are obviously early game, so we need to get lots of those resources. And I'm going to take a little walk through the woods here. Oh my goodness, is that a cow? No way. So obviously I got the cows off camera, guys. I must have travelled a good 600-700 blocks away to find a cow. I came through this area as well and I couldn't see one. I cannot believe there is a cow there. You know what? You deserve to die, Mr. Cow. Just for being there. That is so annoying. Oh well. Literally spent so long doing that. Never mind. Anyway, if you can see, it's just coming to view now at the end of the screen there. There's this cave kind of area, like there-ish. And it kind of naturally goes into like a bit of an opening, almost like for a cave, I suppose. And I thought this was a really cool area because you got the dark oak biome there, right next to the spruce biome. And then over here, just a little way, we've got oak and birch. So there's a lot of wood resources around here. And I think this would be a really good working area. So I think in the future we could have a bit of a camp here for like definitely a wood cutting camp where we could get all of our wood maybe stored around here. and have some sort of system for getting all these different types very easily. And then we've got like a bit of a mountain here. Maybe not mountains, but a hill would probably be a better description of that. And what I want to do is let's just jump up here and see where this goes. Because if we dig in there, I'm thinking in the future, we've got a fair bit of space actually before we come through to the other side. So that could be a good room in there perhaps. And there's an area here that doesn't have any trees in to potentially build on as well. So I'm thinking this area has a whole lot of potential as a work area. Just eat some food a second. And yeah, I just thought it was kind of cool. I like the landscape of the area. But what I'm thinking is I want to get some sort of mine going, as I said. So we've got an area here. This bit here kind of just naturally goes into this like little point here. So potentially I think this would be a great place to do a mine. And I think what I will do, let's see, I've got a pickaxe on me, yep. So probably come in a couple of blocks like this. And you know what, I'll go in a few blocks because I want to make sure I'm going to leave myself plenty of room here to do a bit of an entranceway before we go down. And eventually I'll make this a 3 wide entrance and we'll do some cool stuff with it. But for now I'd like to just get on with some mining. The good thing about this as well actually is, I'm just thinking about this, the starter town is in that direction there. So a lot of people have houses there and have mined around the starter town area. So mining that area, you come across other people's tunnels and it's just not as efficient really. But if we go this way, we're already quite far from starter town and we'll be mining away from it. So that as well is pretty cool. And I'm thinking we can start mining down like here into the classic kind of staircase type of mine that eventually I will no doubt turn into an actual staircase. And yeah, this is going to be good. So I think this is where we'll do our early game mine and potentially even our late game mine actually, if we have this as a bit of a working area. Maybe you can have like a railway set up going from our base over to here eventually and things like that. That'll be pretty cool. So I think the thing now is I need to maybe yeah, I think I'll make a bit of an entrance here to the mine and sort of make the staircase and that sort of thing today. I'll look to do that, but I'll leave the decoration for now because I think when I come to decorating this, I'm going to want a lot of cool blocks like the mossy stone bricks and mossy cobble and that sort of thing. And I haven't really got any of that at the moment, not really geared up to do that. So I'll crack on with getting the mine functional and looking, you know, average or hopefully slightly better. And then we'll have a look and see how that's all coming along. So I have now mined down all the way down to Y11 and it's a little bit messy, but I'll explain that in a second. But we have a 3 wide staircase here. When I put the stairs on, I'll need to either make the roof one higher or make this one lower. Probably be the roof that I change. But for now I just want to throw down a few different block ideas to see how we want to do this. So I brought a crafting bench with me as well. And I want to get some stone brick stairs going. So we'll have a look how that looks. And I've got some polished andesite as well. So I'm thinking stone brick for the flooring would be good. I want to keep with like the mining theme of, you know, the stone kind of feel. Now I'm just thinking actually, maybe I should just make it here. Take this bit out. Let's get some torches on me. And then I could place the stairs here. And make this lower instead of making the ceiling. So let's do, say, 3 rows total. Actually, we could do 4 because I've got enough stairs. I just want to sort of put these blocks down and see how they look, and then if I like it, we can look to do that as the full design. So that'll be like that. Now, polished andesite for the walls, I was thinking. Let's just fill in this little bit down here because we can't see that once I put this in. Okay. Move that one out of the way. And okay, for now we'll stop at this point because I'm going to do some sort of entrance. But in the future, it will look obviously a lot better once I've done the entrance. And if I put the entrance sort of back this way a bit, then I can do the rest of it as well. Now I don't want any mobs to bother me, so let's just do time set like that. And yeah, that'll get us where mobs can spawn. So I'm just thinking here, let's put this andesite down and see how it's looking, first of all with the entrance, and then we'll see how it looks with the stairs as well. Also the roof is going to be quite important. I don't think it looks too bad actually. I'm trying to use materials I would never normally use. Polished andesite, polished granite, polished diorite, all that sort of stuff I very rarely use. And I've used obviously the granite and the diorite in my storage room. So I thought I'd try this one here, and I think it looks okay. Let's see, so we need to do the stairs now and see how it looks along the stairs as well. But I'm thinking if this works, then that would be good, and it'd just be a case of obviously filling in the rest of it. The thing is, with the andesite and the granite and diorite, I never really ever use them for anything normally, so I just end up with loads of that stuff backed up by the time I've played the game for a little bit, and I never really have anything to do with it. So I thought this time I might try and do some of my earlier builds with it, and if we don't like it, we can always swap it out for a new material later on in the game or whatever. I seem to be having some problems just placing the blocks today. I don't know why. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad actually. It's quite uniform looking. If that makes sense, I don't know. It makes sense to me. Like I think that'll look okay for the mine. I'll get some gravel here. And if that works, then as I say, the only thing left to do then will be to figure out what we want for the roof, and then I guess just throw all the blocks down until we get down to the bottom of the mine. So, like this, and there. Alrighty, let's have a look at that. What do you think, guys? Let me know. I think that looks okay, personally. But if you guys really hate it, then I will change it out. So, you know, I might just leave it like this for today. See what the comments are as to whether this looks good in your opinion or not. And then go from there in terms of what we do for the rest of it. Now, as far as the ceiling goes, I'm thinking we need something with a little bit of colour. So maybe polished granite would look good. I don't have any on me. Maybe one of the woods would look good, just to break up from this greyness, because everything's grey at the moment, which is fine for a mine shaft. But I think for the roof, let's do something that isn't grey. So I'll maybe try a few of those ideas in a minute. But I wanted to show you guys something down here, because I actually got quite lucky when I was coming down here. You'll see we come to a little break here, and this area we've got a big cave network. So I've gone off and done loads of caving, got loads of great resources, loads and loads of iron, that sort of thing. And if I can find my way back to where I want to be, which is, I believe, down this way, I found a really cool little area here that I think we could do some building with in the future. I'm doing all of this from memory though, so this may not go to plan. If it takes me ages to find it, I'll just do a little cutscene, I suppose. And oh, here we go. It's through here. Marked it with this sort of cobble door. So down through here we've got this. So this big room here leads off into caves going this way, and obviously where we came from up that way. And I think there might be a second way through there as well. So I'm thinking we could definitely do something with this room in the future and have a bit of an underground hub here, and perhaps connect our mining area, which is obviously nearby, up with something else, whether that's maybe like some sort of mob farm or a village or something like that, all underground. I think that'd be really cool. So again, if you have any thoughts on what we could do with that, please sure to post them in the comment section. Just thought I'd show you guys that, and then this mine here carries on down like this, and we get down to Y11 in order to obviously mine in this area. Now when I was there, I don't have much durability left, but I do have a spare pick, so that's good. Just notice we've got loads of granite here. So what I might do is just get some of this granite together and then go back up to the top and see how that's looking as a roof option, so you guys can give me your thoughts on that, because it might be hard to visualize it without me actually doing this. So if I get, say, 16 is probably a good number to go with. Oh, there we go. And turn that into the polished stuff. Let's go back up, throw that down, and see how that's looking. A bit annoying, we have to jump all the way up. Some exciting news as well. Some of you may know that I play on Symmetria, False Symmetry server, and I haven't been on there in a little while. The reason for that is because she was talking about doing a reset soon, and the whole map would be reset, so everything would be essentially lost to anything that you've done. So I thought, well, I'm quite new on there anyway, so I'd rather not do that at the moment. I'd rather kind of wait, and once the reset's been done, then I can go back to going on there and do something properly, like get some proper base kind of thing set up. But I obviously didn't want to do that, and then like a week later it's, you know, reset. Just seemed pointless. But that's happening soon. I don't know exactly when yet, but I know it should be within the next couple of weeks. So I'm pretty excited to get a new Symmetria season going and start making more Symmetria episodes for you guys. So give me your thoughts on what you'd like to do. Maybe a theme for the base that we could do, or projects that we could get involved in. Let me know what you'd like to see, and I'll see what I can do with that. Okay, so we've got obviously just a very limited area with this polished granite, but you can kind of get a feel for how it's going to look. I personally quite like it. I think the whole thing is a little bit boring, right? This whole design is a little bit boring. But if we have the granite coming out here and we have all of these walls that could be good. And I'm thinking maybe along the way I could do something in the walls, maybe like lava lighting, where I kind of go back to put lava in there and some iron bars here, or something like that. And obviously, again, any ideas are welcomed and appreciated. But hopefully it gives you a good idea of what this will look like. I'm in two minds whether to do this off camera or not. What I might do is just do the staircase off camera, because it's just quite annoying having to jump up every time, and I will be doing a lot of mining off cam to get those beginner resources together. But the rest of it, I will await your feedback and see what you guys think. Let's see what this looks like from a distance as well. See, once this entrance is jazzed up a bit, it will obviously change the face of it. So we'll have to see how we go with this whole thing, I suppose. And I'm probably need to set up a bit of a work area around here. But that, my friends, is for another day, because today, unfortunately, I am now out of time. But as always, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.